If you've ever wondered why some relationships feel like a total breeze, while others, well, they're just a constant uphill battle, the answer might literally be in the stars. Today, we're breaking down a super comprehensive guide by Hellenistic astrologer Sunil Bugle to see exactly how the scales balance in love. Okay, let's dive into this.
So if you are a Libra, or if you happen to love one, understanding this right here is absolutely your foundation. Libras are known as the diplomats of the Zodiac. They're natural peacemakers, right? At their core, a Libra is ruled by this profound desire for balance, harmony, and just beautiful, enriching social experiences. They don't just want a relationship, they want a truly peaceful partnership. These are the folks using their incredible charm to navigate tricky interpersonal waters, always trying to see all sides of a story.
Here's our roadmap for the explainer today. First, we'll meet the Zodiac's diplomat. Then, we'll look at the top-tier matches, followed by the growth partners. After that, we'll tackle the steepest climbs. And finally, wrap up with the key to success.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how Sunil Bugle groups all 11 signs into 3 distinct compatibility tiers. We've got the top-tier matches, the signs that just naturally speak a Libra's language. Then the growth partners, where there's amazing potential, but it definitely requires some real-world compromise. And finally, the most challenging matches, where the friction is at its absolute highest. Take a second to spot your sign up there.
Moving into Section 2, the top-tier matches, ease and harmony.
This top tier belongs to Gemini, Leo, Aquarius, and Sagittarius. With Gemini, it's a relationship filled with fun and variety because, well, they speak the exact same social language. They both view partnership as a way to share life's pleasures. Then you've got Leo. Here, a Libra's playful sophistication meets Leo's strength and certainty. It's a great vibe. Aquarius brings a bold decisiveness that perfectly counters a Libra's famous indecision. And Sagittarius? That match is built on shared charm, high adventure, and just total optimism.
The real reason these four make the top tier comes down to elemental matchups. See, Libra's airy energy desperately needs freedom. They love diversity of thought, and they will actively run from anyone demanding or possessive. So fellow air signs, like Gemini and Aquarius, inherently get that need for space. Meanwhile, fire signs, like Leo and Sagittarius, bring this decisive strength and leadership that makes a Libra feel incredibly secure without feeling suffocated.
Let's move to and see how this builds in Section 3. The growth partners, evolution through compromise.
First up in this group is Cancer, and honestly, we see immediate tension here. A Libra actually prefers to give and receive love in what Sunil describes as doses. They need alone time to recharge their social batteries. But Cancer? They desire a continuous stream of devotion, deep emotional intimacy, and top priority status. So a Libra's totally natural need for space can inadvertently make a caring Cancer feel like their partner is being detached. It takes some crystal clear communication to bridge that gap. Next, we hit the practical earth signs, Taurus and Capricorn. Boom, immediate clash of priorities. Libras place a super high value on social enjoyment, freedom, and frankly, spending money on the finer pleasures of life. Taurus and Capricorn, on the other hand, are highly focused on habit, practical security, financial saving, and career dominance. Pair a Libra with a stubborn Taurus, and you might hit a wall over financial freedom versus saving. With a Capricorn, a Libra might actually feel a lack of outward affection, simply because the Capricorn is busy prioritizing their career and tends to make decisions solo. And then, there's Pisces. Now, both of these signs see the world through a deeply romanticized filter, which sounds amazing, right? But Pisces requires heavy emotional reassurance. That can really clash with a Libra's tendency to deliver affection a bit inconsistently. Plus, neither sign is particularly motivated by practical goals, like making money. Sunil Bugle notes this can literally lead to a mutual lazy streak. Because of this, even though they share tons of laughs, this sweet pairing often works better as a long-term friendship rather than a romance. That covers the growth partners. But what happens when the ultimate peacemaker meets their polar opposite on the zodiac wheel, or meets signs that fundamentally challenge their core identity? That brings us to Section 4, the steepest climbs, Aries, Virgo, and Scorpio. And this brilliantly illustrates the classic opposites attract dynamic. Aries and Libra are literally polar opposites on the astrological wheel. There's usually this immediate, intense physical attraction, but man, their communication styles couldn't be more different. Libra leads with suggestion and tact, always seeking mutual consensus. Aries? They have a pioneer spirit. They're blunt, dramatic, loud, and rely on black or white thinking. Aries might find a Libra's need for discussion completely unnecessary, while Libra finds Aries totally tactless. So you get an intense physical connection paired with a profound communication disconnect. Then we have Virgo. This one is tough, because their baseline operating systems are just so different. A Libra's ideal environment is totally stress-free. They actively seek the path of least resistance. Virgo's reality, however, is often a state of being stressed by their responsibilities. They can be critical and are notorious for resisting and debating pretty much anything that matters to them. Basically, Virgo's serious, debate-ready nature can really weigh down a Libra's lighthearted perspective, leading to a persistent disconnect unless they purposefully pursue individual goals separately.
Finally, wrapping up our steepest climbs, we have Scorpio. Talk about a high-intensity match. A Libra is naturally flirtatious, very easygoing, and likes to play by their own rules. Scorpio's intensity is all or nothing. They can be jealous, judgmental, and they demand strict emotional security. Scorpio often comes with rules that a freedom-loving Libra finds incredibly confining. To a Libra, a Scorpio can often simply be, well, too much to deal with, while the Scorpio just views the Libra as too inconsistent.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Let's look at Section 5, the key to success, making it work with any sign. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh no, I'm a challenging sign, seriously, don't worry. Sunil Buggle's guide provides 3 literal steps to relationship success that can help any sign adapt. Step 1, establish clear communication around commitment early on. Just don't leave things guessing. Step 2, the ultimate balancing act. You have to balance a Libra's need for social freedom with the partner's need for security. Both are valid, both need space. And step 3, keep practical and financial planning on point. Libras love to live beautifully, but as we saw with the Earth signs, a lack of practical planning can totally derail the peace.
So the crucial point is really captured in this core insight from the author. Establishing clarity around commitment and learning to balance your need for social freedom with your partner's need for security is the secret to a long-lasting bond. It really all comes back to that core Libra theme of the scales, right? Creating true harmony by respecting what each person needs to feel fulfilled without ever feeling confined.
Which leaves us with this final thought, knowing the weights on both sides. That need for freedom on one hand and the deep desire for partnership on the other. Are you ready to bring true balance to the scales of your relationship? Whether you're an air sign cruising in harmony or an earth sign putting in the growth work, understanding these mechanics is your first step to a beautiful connection. Thanks for hanging out and exploring this explainer with me today.